Hi, I'm Robert B. Mitchell, author of The Partisans, James G. Blaine, Roscoe Conkling, and the Politics of Rivalry and Revenge in the Gilded Age. In addition to being one of the most important political figures of his time, Blaine was a gifted writer and author of an important two-volume history of American politics. For its insights on the events of the period and Blaine's perspectives on them, I make frequent use of 20 Years of Congress in The Partisans. I'm a huge fan of Blaine's authoritative account of American politics, and let me tell you why. Despite the title, 20 Years of Congress is a comprehensive political history of the United States, starting with the adoption of the Constitution in 1787 and going up into the 1850s. Then Blaine switches gears for a detailed history of Congress during the Civil War, Reconstruction, and the opening years of the Gilded Age. 20 Years of Congress is lucid and well written. Blaine worked in newspapers in Maine before entering politics, and he has a journalist's gift for the concise conveying of information. 20 Years of Congress is full of insights, many of which resonate today. Here, for example, is his take on the slaveholding fire eaters who drove the South to secession. The men who led the disunion movement understood the practical lesson taught by the French revolutionists that audacity can overcome numbers. In such a contest, conservatism always goes down, and radicalism always triumphs. The conservative wishes to temporize and to debate. The radical wishes to act and is ready to shoot. By reckless daring, a minority of Southern men raised a storm of sectional passion, to which the friends of the Union bowed their heads and surrendered. On Henry Clay and the passions he inspired. Mr. Clay's followers were not ordinary political supporters. They had the profound personal attachment which is looked for only in hereditary governments, where loyalty becomes a passion and is blind and unreasoning in its adherence and its devotion. Blaine added this: the love of Mr. Clay's friends was equaled by the hatred of his foes. The zeal of his supporters did not surpass the zeal of his opponents. Muckraker Charles Edward Russell wrote a critical biography of Blaine in 1931, but had nothing but praise for 20 Years of Congress. When every defect has been summoned and considered, 20 Years of Congress remains the greatest book ever written by an American on a political subject, and one of the most fascinating books in the language. Reprints of 20 Years of Congress are available online.